Hey y'all. So I want to introduce you to I think it's Outre Zaydell is the name of this particular unit. Okay. A couple of things. The color is okay. To me, it could be more pink because if you look at the video online, it shows that it's more pink than it actually is. You got to remember they got all these studio lights on there, and they just make it look like it's, you know, not super pink, but a darker pink than what it is, or more pink than what it actually is. It's probably about 24 to 26 inches long. You guys know I'm tall, so it goes down to my goes down to here on me. Okay. I'm not impressed with it. That's just my personal thing. I'm not impressed with it. It has curtain bangs. I don't like curtain bangs. My head is not a window. I don't need curtains. That's just me. I'm not really, I guess I didn't notice that. And the way they style them, you can't always tell. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. But anyway, if you are, then that's cool. Go ahead and get her. But here's the back. Hopefully you can see all that. I don't have pantaloonies on. So it's okay. I've seen better. I've seen prettier units. I like my short unit better than I like this one. Yeah, it's got the bra strap in the back. It also has, you know, the combs and the strap, you know, adjustable straps and combs on the front and all that. This comb interferes with the strap in the back. I call it a bra strap. It interferes with that a little bit, so sometimes it gets caught up in it, and I don't really like that. It's just not my favorite. I mean, I love outre. That's how it's pronounced. For many years, I said outre like everybody else does. It's actually a French word, and it's pronounced outre. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. I didn't like the curls. It's a soft yucky texture. The curls were stringy and they were falling out on the first day. I'm like, really? I'm just not really feeling it. If it was more of a pink, I would probably like it more despite the curtains. Again, my head's not a window. It doesn't need curtains. I don't like curtain bangs. It's okay. I've seen better. I've seen better from Outre, so this is a pass for me. One plus, though, is at the root, it's brown as opposed to black. Black roots with a pink unit or otherwise light-colored unit looks like somebody dropped black paint on it. This has brown, which is a lot more flattering with pink, by far. Okay? So, that's a story on Zaydell. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. It's all right. If it was as pink as it looks in the video on YouTube, or I think it's on YouTube. If it was that pink, I would like it more. Despite the curtains, I would like it more, but it's kind of almost like a watery pink. That's not cute. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. I may not keep it. I may toss it. I don't know. Anyways, so what did I miss out on being in narcissistic manipulationships? They're not relationships, because in a relationship, you're relating with each other, you're connecting with each other. No one is backstabbing the other one, kicking them in the teeth and that kind of thing. Acting like a nice person in the beginning when they know god dang well that's not who the hell they are. So that's a manipulationship. You're being played from the start. Okay? I missed out on being gentle. I missed out on being protected if something were to go down, which it did a couple of times. I missed out my whole life. People have not protected me. So-called relationships, which were manipulationships. Even if the person wasn't manipulating, but they were emotionally unavailable, that's just who they are. They're a robot. I'm with a robot. I'm with a Sears mannequin. That's not cute either. Um, I missed out on being gentle. I missed out on having somebody in my corner. I missed out on somebody saying when I'm stressing out, don't stress because I got this. I'll pay that bill today. I'll drop, when I was married, he was late on a bill and it was just pissed me off. Anyway, don't worry, I got this. I'm going to put it in the mail right now. Right now, so you don't have to worry. I'll take a picture of me, drop it in the mailbox in case you worry. I missed out on somebody being in my corner. My friends are. Obviously, that's a different scenario because I'm not involved with them romantically, right? However, in relationships, I wasn't able to be my chill self. And yes, I do chill with my friends. They don't see the other side of me because they don't play me. They don't lie to me. They don't manipulate me. So they wouldn't necessarily be shocked at how I am with other people, so far as being aggressive and going after them like a pit bull. They wouldn't be surprised by that because they know the stories that I've told them of people that tried to play me and I went after them. They know that. So one of my friends said, thank God we're friends because I'd hate to be on the wrong side of you. I said, well, none of my friends see that side because they don't act like that. They don't play me. They don't manipulate me. They don't trick me. They don't cheat on me. They don't lie. So, you know what I mean? And lying, like I said, for toxic people is just as casual. Lying is just as casual as breathing. It's just that casual for them. What I gained was, get out of there, Milo. My son's being nipping, or like, not nipping, but he's snooping and looking at stuff he got no business messing with. Quit it. What did I gain? I gained a ton of knowledge. The inside the brain look at what their brain does, what their behavior does as a result of the brain damage in their head. Yes, toxic people, narcissist, borderline personality, all the cluster B's personalities, all of those have brain damage. Okay. Some of which is genetic. Everybody in the family. I know one of them someone I used to be friends with. We're no longer friends because he future faked me. That's not that's not a game I'm going to play with you. And when I realized that I wasn't getting the same energy that I was giving, it was time to end it. Come here. Come here, because you look like you just really want to get in trouble. Get up here. Up. Now. Right now. Up. All the way up. Not halfway. Get. Children really push you. Come here. Come here. Homicide is illegal. Homicide is illegal. In this case, it would be pupicide. You better not get into nothing since you don't want to listen. He knows I'm making a video. She's busy, so I could do what I want to do. I'll knock you out. Anyway, I gained a lot of knowledge. I gained a lot of knowledge. And, what I was going to say is my previous friend, anxiety runs in the family. Like his mother is very spazzy. She worries about things all the time. And so he's always in a position of, it's all right, I got it, it's okay. So he babies his mother. He's enmeshed with his mother, locked in to his mother, and treats his mother like his wife. This is called parental enmeshment, if you want to research it. And it's puzzling. When I dealt with that person, we were friends for 10 years. And then he said he had bought me, jewelry and that kind of thing. He wasn't cheap with his money like narcissists are. Although I think part of him is narcissistic as well, but he wasn't stingy. That's not who he is. But he was married to his mother, and he did have a serious connection with her that no other woman can come in between him and his mother. And whether it's a guy and his mother, or a daughter and her dad, or a daughter and the mother, whoever, whatever the dynamics is, no other person is going to fit in the middle of that. No other person is going to squeeze into there and have a relationship with that person who's enmeshed with their parent. That relationship is stronger than any other connection they would have with anyone else. So they can never leave this person. They can never be involved with anyone else, even though they're going through the motions of being involved. They're not involved because their heart, body, mind, and soul, hopefully not their body like that, because that does happen and I don't want to know about it. They're too locked into that parent. And there's just no way to come in between that. And once you realize that, don't marry this person. If you're seeing them and you're like the third party, you're supposed to be the partner in the relationship, but you're the third party because that person's locked into their parent. I would strongly advise you do not marry them unless you want to get a divorce, and I'm pretty sure you don't want that. Okay? I know of a girl that I worked with. She was seeing somebody and engaged to a guy who is married to his mother. A person cannot have two spouses. Somebody's going to get left in the back burner. And if you're involved with someone who has parental enmeshment, it will be you. You will be the one left on the back burner, even if you marry them. You could tell them all day and twice on Sunday, I need the grass cut, or I need this done, or I need that, or this, or this. The problem is, when the parent says jump, they're going to jump to the parent first. So you will always be on the back burner. This is not something you want to sign up for. It's just not. So your best bet is to get the hell up out of there, okay? They'll just say, oh, we're really close. No, baby, no, baby, no, baby, no, baby, no. There's more to it than they're close. They're in a relationship too. And so that relationship takes priority over your so-called relationship. Their parent comes first. You will always be last. Don't marry this person. Don't. You already see warning signs in the beginning. Do not. All right? So yeah, I missed out on being protected. I missed out on being gentle. I missed out on having a real connection. I missed out on, being admired for who I am. I missed out on decent communication because, as you guys know, toxic people, not just narcissists, but toxic people cannot communicate with you correctly. They cannot. They don't have the capability. And because they lie all the time, and because they can't communicate properly, and they don't comprehend like a normal brain does, you're going to have circular conversations with them that go nowhere. Circular conversations that go around and around and around and around with no destination. So there's nothing wrong with being alone. There's not a damn thing wrong with that, because look at the peace you're going to get. Look at the peace you're going to get. Look at the fact that you're not going to get STDs because your partner can't keep their pants on. Okay? So you're going to end up, and some women have gotten STDs, and some men have gotten STDs transmitted to them because their partner could not keep her panties up. So the peace that you have when you're by yourself is immeasurable. It's immeasurable. And as long as you have friends, real friends, they will protect you. If your partner cannot and will not, your friends will. So yes, there's things that you lose, but there's things that you also gain, and the knowledge that you gain from how they operate and how they treat other people. And, you walk away feeling like almost like you have a degree in psychology, or at least a degree in narcissistic abuse or something, because you walk away smarter. And when you are in the beginning of a narcissistic so-called relationship, but it's a manipulationship, right? If you're in a manipulationship with them, you're going to research, and you're going to watch videos, and you're going to learn and soak it in, because you're like, I think my partner's a narcissist. I'm not sure, but let me research, and you're going to get an aha moment all across the board, and you're going to realize that, oh, damn, this is not uncommon. A lot of people have been through this. A lot of people have been through this. Now, let's talk about the smear campaign. If I were you, I wouldn't worry about it unless it's on the job and they're buddies with the boss. That may be a problem, and they may get a promotion, and you'll never get a promotion because they schmoozed with the boss and time to get another job, you know. But so far as them trying to smush your name into the ground, I wouldn't worry about it, because people that have known you for years, like my friends have known me for years, okay? They already know how I am. So some toxic dumbass that says, oh yeah, she's a terrible person, they would be like, you must have lost your mind or something, because I've known this person for, like I told you, one of my friends known me since I was 18 years old. There's not a god dang flippin' flapping thing you could tell him that he don't know that that's a lie. He's known me for many years. So you can run your mouth, you can have diarrhea out of your mouth if you want to. He knows me. He knows me like the back of his hand. So try it if you want to. They're going to laugh in your face. There was a guy, my previous friend, the one who was married to his mother. We were just friends at the time. Well, we've always just been friends, even though we were supposedly engaged. It wasn't a real engagement. He was never going to put a ring on my finger. He got me a ring, and I put it on my own finger because he's in another country, and he never had any plans of coming here because he's not going to leave his wife, his mother/wife. Anyway, because his mother is his wife. Anyway, he confronted somebody who sexually assaulted me on a date. And he said, oh, trust me, I'm not having that. So he contacted the guy, and he was like, what the hell is wrong with you? And, you try to cop a feel, and she wasn't down for that, but you felt like you're going to do that anyway. The reason I know he did it was because he told me. The guy I went out with told me, oh, yeah, I tried to cop a feel. So in other words, I didn't get the shock value because you didn't notice what I did. So let me go ahead and tell you what I did so you can get the shock value now. He got his ass chewed at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning for acting like a dickhead when he knew he had to, when we knew he had to go to work the next day. So you want to play? Let's play, bitch. And when you're tired all day the next day at work, that's because you got your ass chewed in the wee hours of the morning because you don't know how to fucking act. So he admitted he did that because I didn't notice that he had done that. I had a coat on. It was in the wintertime, and I had a coat on, so I didn't know he was trying to. So my friend, jumped his ass. He said, you don't do that to people. And he said, you don't know. Get ready. Get ready. It's so stupid. You have to laugh because it's so ridiculous. He said, you don't cop a feel. You don't be touching people against their will. What's wrong with you? And dude said, you don't know the other side of the story. He said, I've known her a lot longer than I've known you, so I'm more likely to listen to her than you. He said, and I don't care what you say, you sound like a predator. Why are you touching people against their will? You realize that she could have called the cops on you. You realize that that's sexual assault, right? You don't grab somebody's breast just because they're poking out in somebody's shirt. We're not going to amputate our breasts and risk dying to death, bleeding to death, hemorrhaging, okay? That's just something that adults know, that women have protrusions in their shirt. That's not an invitation. That's just how her body is designed. That's not an invitation, dumbass. Wow. You don't know the other side of the story. Oh my God. It's so ridiculous, it's funny. It's so absurd. And if that doesn't sound predatorial, I don't know what does. Okay. Oh my freaking God, you gotta be kidding me. So I enjoyed it when my friends protect me. That was cool. I protect them also. In fact, there's times that I wanted to jump in someone's world to protect my friend, and they know that I'm a tiger. So they're like, no, I got this. But stay out of it because I know you're aggressive and you go after this person like a tiger going after raw meat. Just don't do it. I got this covered. Are you sure? Because you know me. I know you. That's why I want you to stay out of it. I'm protective of people I care about. That's just who I am. And I'm protective of myself because I've been through enough in my life. I'm not going to take your shit on top of everything else I've been through. Okay? Okay, dummy? So, yeah, you miss out on a real connection. You miss out on decent, intelligent communication. You miss out on somebody who is loyal because they don't know what loyalty is. Okay? You miss out on all of that. But you gained a lot. You walked away with a lot of knowledge. And you know the signs and symptoms of what you do not ever want to put up with again. Hold on a minute. Real life, people, real life. You know what I mean? You know what you're not going to put up with no more. You already know. You're like, no, I've been down this road. I'm not doing this again. No, you're out. And I'm going to emphasize this again, although I've emphasized it a few times before. I need to emphasize it again. I want it ground in marble. You know, I want it engraved in marble. When you see signs in the beginning, get out of there. Get out. Okay? You go on a date with somebody and they're talking about all their exes were crazy. All their exes treated them horribly. Basically, they're describing what they did to their ex. But in their vocabulary, it's the other way around, and everybody's been a bully to me, and I've been an innocent victim. When you see, that's not something you need to be bringing up when you're first starting to get to know somebody. So that's toxic behavior right out the gate. All my exes were crazy. I don't know what it is, and I can't find somebody normal. That's a red flag, right? Somebody who's got mood swings, somebody who is critical. Why do you wear your hair like that? That shirt is not really, that color is not your color. I had somebody, I didn't know he was a narc. I knew something was off about him, but I didn't know what it was. I knew somebody who, I wore a pink, we were going out and I wore a pink shirt and a pink skirt. He said, oh, you wearing two things of the same color? I guess he doesn't know what the word monochromatic means. He should probably look it up in a dictionary. Monochromatic is a thing. So what? Professional models on the runway have worn the same color top to bottom. So what? Do you see what I mean about the unnecessary smart-ass comment? You're not a fashion expert and they didn't ask for your advice. Why are you giving it? So anything that is negative that they're talking about, that's directed at you, in the beginning, you lose this person. You can't be so scared to be alone that you're going to put up with anything in the world because at least they're paying attention to me. Right, but they don't have any respect for you. They've already proven that. They don't have respect for you. Okay? And don't tell me you're in love because you cannot tell me that you fall in love in a month or in 2 dates or by the first date you in love and want to get married. At the end of the date you want to run to Vegas and get married. Then that's something wrong with you that only therapy can help. Nobody falls in love like that. Nobody normal does that. So I don't want to hear, and I've told you this before, I don't want to hear, I'm in love and we got kids. A kid takes 9 months to bake. If you see red flags in the beginning of your dating, why are you having kids with them in the first place? You don't have kids with strangers. That's not normal, okay? That's going against the grain. Okay? That's going against the grain. You're shooting yourself in the foot if you just randomly having kids with everybody. That you just shooting yourself in the foot. That person will take you to court. They will tell the judge that you're a cocaine head. They will lie, cheat, and steal to get custody. And they're not going to raise a kid no way. They're going to probably let one of their parents raise a kid who's elderly and everything else, and they don't care. I just needed to take the kid away from my previous so-called partner. It's muggy today. I guess it's going to rain. I don't freaking know. Ugh, gross. It's just muggy as hell. So anyway, yeah, those are just food for thought. Get rid of them in the beginning. You know why? And I'm going to tell you why. This is the main reason. Even though you're getting off on the attention, but you're looking at the fact that this person doesn't respect you. So you getting high off of the attention that's more of a thing with you than them. You cannot be terrified to be alone. You cannot do that. Because that means you need to go to therapy. If you're that scared of being by yourself, that means there's some deep-rooted, possible, oh, Lordy, possible abandonment issues or something. Hold on. God, I'm dying over here. Jesus, Lord, I'm dead. Oh, it's muggy. Ugh. Of course, I'm always hot. My body runs hot. And I hate that. I think it's genetic. My grandma's body used to run hot. Yeah. She'd be like sitting in her slip, in her bra, talking about, I'm sorry, y'all. I got to take clothes off. I'm hot. And I'm like, but Grandma, this is your house. You do what you want to do in your own house. You know, you get used to it. You just get used to seeing Grandma in her whatever she got on. You get used to it. Woo! Anyway, yeah, you can't be terrified to be by yourself. You just can't do that. Because if, like I said many, 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 many times, if you don't want to be with you, why would somebody else want to be with you? Right? So, get rid of these people. You're the boss of your life, right? You're the boss. You are the boss, applesauce. And because you are the boss, you can fire people. That's part of what the boss does. They hire and they fire. Okay? So if somebody is horrible, it's time to go. It's time for them to go. I'm going to tell you about Kyle. And some of y'all know about Kyle. Kyle and Jenny were married for, I don't know how long exactly, but they have 2 beautiful kids. Friendship for many years. They didn't jump in a sack. Now we're in a relationship. They didn't do that dumb shit. They actually were connected up here. So, which is stronger than any relationship you could ever have. You got to be connected up here, first and foremost. And they had a strong friendship, and he just thought the world of her. And she was seeing other people and all this, and some of y'all know this story. Anyway, long story short, she eventually died of cancer. They had 2 kids, and she eventually died of cancer. He's the type of person, if you make him, first of all, he's not toxic because he likes to be happy. He likes to smile. He likes to laugh. He likes to have a good time. A toxic person doesn't want anything to do with that. They want to fight. They want to argue. They want to have circular conversations. They want to argue for hours. They want to pick fights in the car. They want to risk your life by not only having a fight in the car, but speeding while they're driving, because your safety is irrelevant. So I'm gonna speed in the car because I'm pissed off that you got me pinned against the wall. We're in the car. I caused a fight. You're responding to the fight. You're getting mad because I'm disrespecting you. So I'm gonna get angry and speed in the car. Hippie did that. And his excuse was, oh, I'm in control of the car. I know what's going on. You know how many people died in a high-speed situation, high velocity accident, because they had control of their car? Bottom line is, that person doesn't respect you. They're not protecting you. They're driving fast in a missile. Okay? They don't give a shit if you get killed in a car accident. They don't want to they don't want to have an accident. How can I destroy other people if I die in an accident? So they don't want to have an accident. But if you get killed in an accident, that's cool. They're putting your life at risk. I don't want to hear no goddamn lies and no fucking excuses. Whew, let me calm down. Anyway, I hate demonic people. I do. And the demon, the devil, Satan, these are all people who work for Satan. Satan is cool with you going to church because he knows you don't, if you're a toxic ass person, he knows that you don't love God anyway. So if you go to church, you could go to church every day. He knows you don't love God. So Satan's okay with that. He ain't got no problem with that. And some of the worst people I've ever known in life are in church all the time. Sometimes multiple times a week. Gotta be kidding me. You biggest plastic, phony, fake demon. Anyway. So you walk away, again, you walk away with a lot of knowledge. You realize they have brain damage. You realize that they will never get an aha moment. They will never hold themselves accountable. They don't want you to hold them accountable. They want the freedom to do as they choose with no penalties. Don't talk to me about how I'm disrespectful to you. Don't talk to me about how I speeded in the car. Don't talk to me about how I embarrassed you in public or tried to. Don't hold me accountable for nothing because I'm not trying to hear all that. Of course they're not trying to hear all that because they don't want to hear the truth. Okay? They don't want to hear the truth. So anyway, you walk away with knowledge, and that will save your butt in the future, and it'll save my butt in the future too. Because you start to see negativity right out the gate. Kyle was never like that. He's not an angry person, like a toxic person. He's happy. He's joyful. That is the biggest difference between a healthy person. I talked about this before. A healthy person and a toxic person. Toxic person is, they get orgasms off of negativity. They love it. You know, they could go to a wedding and sit there and pout the whole time. God, this wedding is taking forever. Jeez, we're not done yet. I'm hungry. I went to a funeral with somebody who has serious mental problems. Serious. And if you didn't know how jacked up he was, you found out at the freaking funeral. He sat in there. They were doing, like, different people were doing, I don't know what you would call it, but they're like talking about the person who died and the connection they had with them and funny things that person was saying. And sometimes people do laugh at a funeral. Not because it's a funeral and they think it's funny, but because people are saying things that, comical things that you know, the deceased would do or say. And they, you know, people think it's funny, and there's laughter at a funeral, which kind of threw me when I first went to a funeral and people were laughing. I'm just sitting there like, okay, this is weird. But anyway, so this person was toxic as hell. We were at a funeral. I wasn't involved with him. It's somebody I knew. And multiple people talked about, you know, this person and their relationship with them. So that's going to take a little bit of time, and there's nothing wrong with that. And he goes like this, and everybody heard it. He goes, out of the corner of my eye, I saw people do this. They whipped their head in his direction like nonverbals. Did you really do that at a freaking funeral? Did you really? I was stunned. You could hear him make that noise. Like, really? I want to be out of here. You could have kept your ass at home. Ain't nobody trying to be disrespected like that. Alright. I don't know what he did at other people's house, but whatever job he did, whatever he did with other people, someone reported him and he got fired. So he's angry too. He's got problems. So a happy person, you know, and a non-toxic person, even if you are the type to be realistically negative. For example, you're going to a barbecue, right? And you say, oh great, it looks like it's gonna rain, and we're going to a barbecue. This is gonna suck right out the gate. Now, if you're like that naturally, but your partner's not a toxic person, you're not being toxic either. You're just saying it looks like it's going to rain. People can tell when it's going to rain. This is not something they pulled out of their left ear. And so if your partner's a happy person, they'll be like, well, babe, it's not a big deal. If it rains, well, all of us will grab all the, whatever's outside and we'll bring it in the house and we'll be good to go. We'll laugh about it. We'll be like, yeah, we had to hurry up and cover up the mashed potatoes because they were going to be mashed potato soup because it rained on us or whatever the case is. Or the people may have a gazebo, to protect in case it rains or whatever the case may be. But a happy person's going to find the joy in it usually. They're going to be like, well, babe, it's not a big deal. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. Don't consider yourself having a bad time before you even go there. It may not rain till later. May not rain till we're getting ready to go home. We'll just help bring all the food in the house and it's going to be fine. So I'm going to leave with this. Kyle said, and this is an aha moment that I got. Broke my heart when his wife died because she's such a sweetheart. I mean, sweetheart. That's just who the hell she is. And he's a sweetheart. So they made a great couple. They just did. Non-toxic people. They're really refreshing to watch because nowadays that's just not the case. When she died, obviously, he held her until her last breath. If she was with a narcissist, which he's not a narcissist, but if she was with a narcissist, he would have ran away when she had cancer, or he would have emotionally detached from her. That's what narcissists do because they're demons. He says, since she died, surprisingly, I find myself angry, and I'm not an angry person. Boom! There you go. That hit my head like an explosive. Boom! And I was like, exactly. Exactly. The difference between a toxic person and a non-toxic person. And anger is normal when someone you love dies. Sadness, depression, anger, extreme sadness, overwhelming emotion. That's all normal, right? But he feels himself angry. He says, is that normal? And we're all like, yeah, that's normal. He's not angry all the time, but he has moments of, what was this all, what was all that for? We had such a great connection. Why? And that's normal. Let me tell you something else. I met this guy the other day, a gay couple, and I fell in love with their dog. She's such a sweetheart. They've only had her for 3 weeks. They rescued her. She was skin and bones, and oh god, they nursed her. The where she was at, I guess when she Humane Society or something similar. They nursed her back to health, and she's been with them for 3 weeks. Her name is Bonnie. Anyway, I said, "Are you guys a couple?" And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "How long have you been together?" And they told me years. They've been together a couple years. Well, one of them lost his leg, and I said, I used to work in the medical field, so I'm curious about all things medical. What happened? And he told me. He said, I was in a real bad motorcycle accident, and he's got, let me think, he's got a scar in the front, and he's got a scar on the back of his neck, down his back, like probably this long, where he had crushed vertebrae. And he lost his leg. I said, did you know at the time that you lost your leg? He said, no, I was so out of it. I didn't know what was going on. Not until later. And I said, I admire, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, his partner stuck around and he almost died in an accident. He said, well, when he met me, I had lost my leg already. And I told him point blank. I said, the individual that I was supposedly with, if I had lost my leg, he would have been gone. He would have been gone. He said, well, he met me like this. I said, well, you're very fortunate that you have a partner that's going to be by your side regardless, not going to judge you for that, not going to get weird, going to support you through everything. His partner said he's had multiple surgeries. He's going to have to have, he's going to have a few more, but he's doing very, very well. And he's lucky. Now, under normal circumstances, operative word normal, your partner would of course be there for you. They drop everything. You tell their boss, I gotta go. My husband or my wife, whatever, whoever, was in a real terrible accident. Motorcycle or car, whatever, don't matter. Terrible accident, I gotta go. your boss would understand and let you go. That's what a normal person does. Not a person who's sick in the head and their excuse for not having emotions is, I was with the military since I was 13. Not the military, excuse me. Mafia. I was with the mafia since I was 13. They snatched me off the street and they trained me the ways of the mafia and they taught me to suppress my emotions. And where the hell were your parents the whole time? You're so fucking lying ass delusional. You're lying. So there's a lot of information out there about him that he doesn't, I don't know if he knows about it, but there's an explosion of personal information that's been put out there about his lies. I know one girl said from the previous meetup group, she said, everything out of his mouth is a lie. Yes! When a person lies about so many things, right? And they're delusional because they have brain damage. Brain damage causes you to be delusional. In a previous life, you were in a hot air balloon, you died, and you brought back to life. You resurrected from the dead and all this other bullshit because they're delusional. They have brain damage. But yeah, it's like when they lie so much, it's at the point where even if they say it's sunny outside, you better go look out the window and make sure, because if they lie about big things, they'll lie about little things. Okay? But yeah, I remember thinking to myself, and I verbalized it. I said, you know, you're really fortunate that you found somebody that cares about you. He didn't look at him with, you know, minus a leg and go, oh, he's going to probably need a lot of help, and I'm just not going to sign up for that. And I'm going to tell you something. Everybody on a dating site, not everybody. I'm not on there because they're all liars too. They're all married. Everybody on a dating site is married or in a significant relationship in real life. They're just bullshitting on trying to have a piece of tail on the side. All of them except for 1%. Okay? Everybody's lying. I got hip to that and I just decided to ditch it. But I used to tell people that I have a disability, and I quit telling them because their narcissistic, pissy attitude is, they don't say the words, but I know what they're thinking. Oh, great, I'm going to have to take care of her one day. I'm not signing up for that shit. I took care of myself before I met you, and I'll take care of myself after I kick you to the curb. So don't think for 2 seconds that I need you, because I don't. Don't let your ego cause you to think more about yourself than you should. You know, if you're a narcissist, don't. Yeah, don't think more about yourself than you ought to. So yeah, he's real fortunate. He's got a loving partner, loving partner, and not everybody has that. So I admire it when I see it, because I'm like, oh yeah, anybody I've ever known, except for my friends, would have been gone, or they would have detached themselves from it, or, you know, you go to your doctor's visits, and it's like, babe, would you come with me? I have to have x-rays today. No, I'm good. You know, I'm going to end with this for real this time. If you're going to be by yourself, even in a so-called relationship, if you're going to be abandoned, you're already alone. You're scared of being alone, but you are alone. If you're with a jacked up person, get away from them. You're by yourself anyway. If you're in the ICU, you're going to be there with no visitors because your family's out of state. They can't afford to fly. And your partner doesn't give a shit. So you're scared to be alone, but you're with somebody who guarantees that you are going to be alone. Think about that. Love you guys.